The struggling, and I really mean struggling, Montreal Canadiens are in Anaheim to take on the Ducks. It's time for the Talking Habs pregame show before every Montreal Canadiens hockey game. Previews, lineups, and the Guess the Score contest. Here's your hosts, Rick and Matt. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I am Habs Bum, and hey, can you spare some change? Can you spare some change? All right, so I'm going to bring you the game today. Well, this is the show before the game, so yeah. So hey, cheers, cheers everybody, cheers. So, Montreal Canadiens aren't very good right now. And yeah, so we're going to sit here and watch this game and hope for the best. And yeah, there's a bunch of things. There's some changes. There's some injuries. So there's players that are game time decision. And so like things just don't get any better, you know. It's kind of like my costume just doesn't get any better. So there you go. I don't know who's here yet, but I'm going to go over everything. And yeah, so Daryl Adams, how's it going? Leon Renault, he says, Rick, just give up on the Habs for this year. Yeah, I mean, like, that's my whole channel. So, yeah, I can't do that. So I got to suffer. What are you going to do? Hopefully things will turn around. Forever an optimist. What do you want for a bum? Drake, 4-3 Habs, Caulfield. Max Gunville, how's it going, buddy? It has been a while, man. How you doing? So, yeah, it's Halloween. So there's that. Good thing about that is you can just close your door, don't answer to anybody, and eat all your candy. And if the Habs do lose, which, you know, there's tomorrow, you can get candy at half price. So, you know, there's that. Max has 3-2 Habs and Romanov. I'm not. I can't be that optimistic, guys. I just can't. The Ducks are not a great team, but they're a young, exciting team. They've had 2 3-goal comebacks in their last couple of games or 3 games, something like that. No, they've got a great goalie in John Gibson. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to what's going to – I mean, I just don't have any optimism here. I'm just going to go with rock bottom, my friends. Rock bottom. 4-1 Ducks. 4-1 Ducks. What do you want me to say? I don't know any players on the Ducks that can get goals. Ryan Getzlaf with the first goal. Why not? Or you know what? I'm going to go even better because it's going to make it worse. So I'm going 4-1 Ducks, and I think Delorier with the first goal. That's Nick Delorier, ex-Hab. Why not? You know, I don't know what's going on with this team. There's no answers out there. It doesn't get any better. I'll tell you why. Wolverine says 1-0 with Suzuki getting the lone goal. Max, I'm sorry to hear that. Condolences, my friend. Condolences. Yeah, I know what it's like, my friend. I know what it's like. But sorry to hear that. All right, let's. So speaking of that, I mean, this is not better for the team. So first of all, after the game in LA, Bergevin went and addressed the team before they allowed them to talk to the reporters. And then once he was finished, the team had a 15-minute players-only meeting. And, you know, after 9 games into the season, it's not very good. It's not very good that they have to be at that point, 9 games in. Let's see if it makes a difference today. I mean, I don't know. So the news today, Matthew Perrault is out 2 to 3 weeks with an eye injury. Adam Brooks will take his place. So Perrault out. I don't think it's something that happened in last night's game. I think it's something they weren't decided on. And then from what I can tell from Ducharme's press conference, and then something made them make that decision last night. So Adam Brooks will take his place. So we're going to look at Brooks. There are 2 game time decisions. One is a forward, one is a defenseman. It is definitely Brendan Gallagher is the forward, is a game time decision. I don't know for what reason, but he is the game time decision. Jeff Petrie, I think, is the defenseman. He doesn't say specifically that, but he does say that Petrie is not, they're not sure. So the one defenseman, is probably Petrie, and the one forward is Gallagher. So Jeff Petrie might be in, might be out. If Petrie's out, and this also, I'm not sure, is Wideman playing for sure tonight, or he's playing if Petrie's out? I'm not sure which one that is. Depends where you look and depends who you heard say it. Wideman is either playing tonight for sure, or he's replacing Petrie if Petrie's out. It could be that Wideman is playing because apparently they're not able to have a full complement of forwards, and it looks like a defenseman is going to be playing up. Will that be Wideman? I don't know. We'll have to see. It might be that Jake Evans plays. Jake Evans isn't back to being 100%, but maybe in, because if Galley is out, they're going to need his body in there. So he's well enough to play in an emergency, but not 100%. These are not good things. So, yeah, they're so injury depleted that a defenseman looks like a defenseman might have to play up front. And then it gets even worse for those of you who don't want to give this guy a chance. Montembeault will be the starter today. They need to take a look at him. It's not. I mean, again, it's going to have a team in front of him that sucks. So are we going to get a really good, solid look at this kid or not? I don't know. But Montembeault is in nets. So that's everything to report of the news from the press conference just this afternoon, 2:00, that Ducharme had. Let me see now. Drake. Players had a players-only meeting after. Yeah, I reported on that. I reported on the Perrault. Joe Habs, how's it going? Hey, Sonny, how's it going? Jake Allen put in 2 good periods, then the Kings roared back. McNiven should be called up. Yeah, but Montembeault is in, so that's not happening. Allen had like 0 support last night. I wouldn't put any blame on Allen last night, personally, myself. Habs Guru, how's it going? 4-2 Habs to Foley. Joe Habs, the only first one taking the Ducks beside me. 5-2 Ducks to Foley. Rich J, yo, what's up, homie? Yeah, no, I'm a bum. See, Habs bum. Anybody got change? Please some change. No, oh, have a good day, sir. H2O, I'm good. I'm relatively good. Yeah, no, I'm okay, I guess. I don't mean to ignore comments. Sorry. It happens sometimes. If I ignore anybody's comments, it's not ignoring. It's I missed them or whatever. Sometimes it jumps and I haven't gotten to it yet. Just retype them and I'll get to them. Mary Jo, another good time for you to be watching a game, I guess, right? I believe it's 5 or 6 hours ahead of us there. So that's a pretty decent time for you than usual. Oh, clocks changed there? Oh, is it this week? I didn't hear anything about it this week. I thought it's next weekend. Are clocks changing today? No. Someone tell me. Happy Halloween, Habs Nation from H2O Water. Let's hope for a happy Halloween. Who knows? Who knows anymore, right? What Habs team's going to show up? It's going to be an injured team. It's going to be, I mean, this is probably rock bottom right here. Cheers, boys and women, girls, boys and girls, men and women. I don't know. I just, don't cancel me, please. Got any change, please, sir? Hockey fan guy. Yeah, I know, but I've read different reports, but I believe that that's right. It seems like Wideman is playing no matter what. I don't know if it's whether or not Petrie plays or Wideman's going to be put up front, I think. I don't know. Maybe Petrie is. Niku not playing if Petrie's playing. Like Wideman's going to be the answer to the problem on defense. Yeah, Wideman. It was Niku that was the problem. Niku, it's Niku. I don't... H2O, we do. I mean, you know, it's a big problem, Edmondson being out, but don't know when that's going to happen, right? He's out. His dad is ill, and he won't be back till whatever. I don't even want to say that, you know, but when that situation is resolved, he'll be back. So you can't ask to rush him, but we're missing him. kind of desperately at this point. I mean, listen, you know what? Honestly, if you ask me now, can they make the playoffs? At this point, I'm going to say it's a no. Here's why I was still saying yeah, and because I wasn't sure how the playoff format was going to work. Were they going to go like last year in the division, then out, or were they going to do the wild cards? I hadn't seen anything about it, to be honest with you. So I found out today that, yeah, they're doing the wild cards, right? So that means it looks like the Metro division is going to be a better division than ours. And we'll probably see 5 teams from the Metro make it. And that cuts down a spot out of our division. So, yeah, I don't see playoffs coming here, especially, another loss or two now before they start, if they can turn it around. Whew. Like, they need to turn it around starting now or, right? They'll be out there on the street with me. You got some spare change, sir? No, happy Halloween, sir. Thank you. Hockey Fad Guy, 4-1 Ducks, Dvorak. Yeah, that's the score I got. But I have, I'm giving it to Delorier because he's an ex-Hab. Why not? I was thinking of Gibson because, H2O still has the faith. 3-2 Habs, Suzuki. Yeah, hockey fan guy. But I mean, if you're a Leafs fan, you can look and say, well, they got a couple of wins in the last couple of games. They're turning it around. We can't say that. So, yeah. But, it's going to be harder for all the top 5 teams in the division. It's going to be harder for 4 of them to make the playoffs this year, I think. I haven't fully given up. I said 15 games. I'm going to stick with that before I come out and go but I think at the 15-game mark, I'll do a video about how I feel about this situation. For what it's worth, if anybody does want to watch it, I don't know, these days, I don't know if it's people don't want to watch my videos or YouTube doesn't want to promote them. And I don't want to blame it on YouTube because that's just it's not really how it works. But anyway, if it's hockey that people in general aren't up on, if it's the Habs because they suck so bad, I don't know what's going on. Rich J, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate the spare change. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that over here in Bumland. Rich J, some Rich J hype and some Dono hype. The bum accepts credit cards. Yeah. Well, I don't, but the organization that oversees the bums, they accept the credit cards on my behalf. Here's 5 for a Habs win, or at least a good game. Cheers, Rick. Go Habs, go. Is that sad that we're like that at that point? At least a good game, like please. Maybe the game's not over in the first period, that kind of stuff. It's sad. It's sad. The only the truth is that it's still early. The thing is, this team doesn't look like they can turn it around. I mean, I don't know. There's no passion in that room now. There's no passion on the ice. What happened? What happened? I feel like I don't know if anybody knows this movie called The Big Chill. I think it was in the beginning of that. It was at a funeral, and I think the priest was saying, like, where did the passion go? Like, where did this go? I feel like this guy now in this movie. Where is their passion? It's gone. Except for those 2 games. Well, I don't know how they won those that they've won, but the rest of the time, just nothing. I remember I was saying at some point in the game, probably second period, I didn't like the body language, and they weren't losing by much, and I didn't like the body language on the bench. And it's true, as soon as they started to lose, their body language they gave up. I've read a couple of people mentioning that as well, and I know I talked about it yesterday, and it's true. They're on I don't know. There's something wrong. Leadership. They're missing leadership big time. hockey fan guy, but that's not unusual early on in the season where two teams that more than likely will finish in the bottom of the league, are up at the top. They could remain there. I mean, it's happened before. You get a Cinderella team right out of the gate, but it's unlikely, and it'll level off. And I hope Montreal's like the opposite of that, right? Where they are is not where they should be in level off. But by the play that we're watching, they're where they should be. It's unfortunate that we have to say that, but right now, the way Montreal's been playing, they're right where they should be in the standings. Hockey fan guy, thank you. Well, you think I should keep this look for the rest of the year? If Montreal plays like this, maybe I just should. Maybe it's the start of a new character. I don't know. Ducks didn't play last night. Great, another good reason for them to win tonight. Yeah. Woo. If we play our leading goal scorer last year and future superstar with a waiver wire center today, I will lose it. Yep. I was reading an article today about the former Danault, Tatar, Gallagher line and how good of a line that line was and the mistake of breaking it up. And looking at the results here with the season so far, I can't say that was wrong. The Danault, Tatar, Gallagher line was the premier line 5-on-5 in the league for what was it for goals for and goals against in their time together. They were like 98 goals for to 43 or 45 goals against. That's what that line had. Nobody even close. So maybe breaking up that line was a mistake. On the part of Danault, what wasn't in the article was that Danault's wife on an Instagram post talking about, because she's pregnant and they were talking about it, and she said that they didn't want to have a baby until they knew that his next contract would have him out of Montreal. They didn't want to have a second child here in Montreal. So was Danault going to sign here again? I don't know. That sounds like no matter what, Danault was not signing here in Montreal. So was that Bergevin's fault? I don't know. If that is true, that they weren't going to sign here, it didn't matter what they were offered, then you can't blame Bergie there. You can't. He couldn't take the pressure. It's obvious that Danault didn't like the pressure here in Montreal, being a French-Canadian player. He didn't like the pressure here. Rich J, we have a hard time winning on the West Coast in general. You got to think of the time difference and blah, blah, blah. It's all over the board. And here again, 2 late-night games, 10 o'clock starts, 10 and 10:30, and then, boom, 2 4 p.m. starts. It throws their balance off a little bit. It always has, and they've never done great out here in the West Coast. You could say, well, why does that not happen? The West Coast teams going east? My thought is that they get to adjust easy better because they have more games coming into the East, right? Where Montreal goes out, there's a few games, they come back. The West Coast teams, a lot of times, they'll spend more time out in this relative time zone. I don't know if I'm reaching when I say that or not, but that's my thought. Hockey fan guy, faith is running out. Not as a Habs fan. I'm always going to be a Habs fan. That won't change. Is my faith running out in this team being able to do anything this year? Yeah. I mean, how could it not be, right? I mean, how could it not be? I'm not a fool. I'm not a Canadiens apologist. I'm a fan, and I sometimes talk them up a little more than maybe they should. I mean, I can be biased, yeah, but in the long run, right? If you don't see what's going on now, yeah, I'm not a fool. I mean, it's getting to the point. I'm still going to give it the 15 games because I'm going to stand by what I said. I'm not going to just jump around like that all over the board because that's what everybody is thinking. But I mean. They're running out of time. At the very least. Harry Rice, cheers, buddy. Thanks. I threw that. This is not what I planned. I even was going to wear a suit jacket. I tore one up. It was old. I was never going to wear it again. And then realized, yeah, that's not going to work. And I just came up with this. Funny story. I was talking to my youngest about, I'm doing this costume. He says, "What are you going as?" I said, "Yeah, I think I'm going to go as a hobo or a bum." And he says to me, "What? You always dress like that?" And I was like, okay, yeah, kids, right? Out of your kids' mouths. It was funny. And this is, listen, less than 2 years ago, I literally was wearing this, but the zipper broke. It's big and it's comfortable, and it's I don't really care. I'm not trying to find a girlfriend by walking around all dressed nice. I want to be comfortable. So yeah, that's the way it is. I'm wearing some nicer stuff these days. Yeah. Yeah, listen, kids are funny. What are you gonna do? So, and this literally is all stuff. I mean, well, the Habs shirt I wear now, but I mean, I want it to be a Habs bum, so I had to wear a Habs shirt. I'm wearing some old sweats, and this, yeah, it's basically my clothes. And you gotta have this in the ear, right? Gotta have that because that would be me. Ghislain, hey Ghislain, how's it going? Happy Halloween, everybody. Gotta have fun with it. You know what? In the long run, no matter how unhappy I am with the Habs, this is my motto, and it'll always be my motto, right? Tomorrow morning, the sun will come up. I'll have to get up and do everything I always do. Nothing changes. Whether they win or they lose, that's the same thing, right? That's the same result. So it's not gonna. It's it's sad. It affects the channel, but it's sport. It is that's the beauty of sport. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You got to suffer through both. Although winning's not suffering through. So I'll always be a Habs fan. As crappy as they are right now, it's not going to make me want to change that. But I'm going to make the best of it. I've got a whole season to get through what looks like a very bad and losing season. And I'm going to try to make the most fun out of it as I can so that we can have some fun with it. It's just like, you're a wind current. Hey, listen, that's a good costume. If nobody can see you, awesome, buddy. I'm just curious. You got to send a picture. Oh, well, that's a stupid thing I just asked, because you could just send the picture with nothing in it and you go, look, see how it works? Jordan Binnington is the new Ron Hextall. Dude's a hothead. Looks like it, eh? I saw that stuff he was doing. Yeah, Binnington a little bit. Yeah. I guess whatever floats his boat. At least he didn't actually hit anybody with his stick, whereas Hextall, I mean, he literally went after people, hit them with sticks and fought and all kinds. So he's not as crazy, but I mean, he's a little bit. They say goalies are different, and they're he's proven that. I don't have thoughts on the Perrault injury because I don't know exactly what happened. He didn't have this at a last night's game. From what I can tell from what Ducharme said, because my French isn't the best, is that it was something that he had already, and then it got to a point where they felt it's better to take a couple weeks off. Basically that. If anybody watched it and knows differently than what I just said, please let us know. Renegade Man, I'm disgusted a little bit that he does, yes. Hey, Zachary, happy Halloween. I wonder what you're going as. Zachary's a Leafs fan, so maybe you go as like a Florida Panther, a good team. I'm just bugging. We're not any better, so. Who would you say is the hot-tempered goalie of all time? Oh, I think the first one that comes to mind is Hextall for me. I mean, you can't say. I know a lot of people say Patrick Roy, but there was a couple of highlights I saw recently where Hextall was freaking out against the Canadians, and Roy was there, like he was just calm. He wasn't into that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, Hextall definitely comes to my mind. Dressing up as Dale from the Step Brothers. Is that Will Ferrell and I can't remember that other guy's name now. Is that the Step Brothers or I'm wrong? Because now I'm thinking of the Sisters Brothers. That was a movie. I haven't seen that. I should probably check that one out. It's those two. It's one of those two guys in that. No, just that would be who's the most crazy goalie. He didn't say crazy, did he? Hot tempered, he said. John C. Riley. Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, and with Will Ferrell. I'm not the biggest Will Ferrell fan, but I like John C. Riley. I like him in some stuff. He's okay. Renegade Man, yeah. I don't see why Romanov would get moved anywhere or down. Like, I think he's playing well. Harry Rice, I didn't see it, but it's on Netflix, and I've seen like the previews for it. And I'm thinking of watching it. I love westerns, so I just thought it was a silly comedy, but I don't know that it is. I think it might be some comedy in it, but I think it's a bit of a serious movie as well. Because I like westerns, but I don't like really comedies that are western. Weird, I guess, but Billy Smith was probably next, but Hextall was. I don't know. Hextall was worse though. Hextall would really lose his shit, right? Smith would only lose his shit depending on the game. Like if he was, like you don't go into Billy Smith's crease. You didn't do that. But Hextall was just crazy, I think, as well. But they were very similar. So yeah. But I think Hextall first. Billy Smith was a good goalie. Now Hextall was a good goalie. I say reluctantly, but yeah. Zachary, hopefully, yeah. I mean, hopefully. I'm not holding. Honestly, today I'm not holding out any hope anymore about whether they win or lose. Right now, I just don't hold out hope because it's being crushed every time, and I'm just gonna have fun with it. That's all. Harry, yeah, when I saw the actual preview, they showed some of it. I was like, oh, yeah, this is a serious movie. It isn't a comedy necessarily. So yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Rich J. Hextall hated Chris Chelios. Him and Chris Chelios, though. There was one game. I mean, he whacked Chris Chelios in the back of the leg. I remember that. So yeah, he was. He liked to do that. Whereas with Billy Smith, it was more of you didn't get in his crease. If you got in his crease and you were in the way, he just whack you, which is different than him chasing you. And Hextall would do that. So there's a difference there for me. But you didn't get in Billy Smith's crease and hang around there. And yeah, it was not a comfortable place to be. Renegade Man, love Clint Eastwood movies. My favorite all-time ever Western is a Clint Eastwood Western from 1976, and it's called The Outlaw Josie Wales. For me, that's the best Western I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of good Westerns, and I'm not saying it's the only best one, but that's the one I've enjoyed the most. Could watch it anytime and still enjoy it. Now, today, Clint Eastwood and I wouldn't agree at all politically, and I don't hold it against him because I love his Westerns. Hey, Adamy, how's it going? Adamy has Hoffman and the Habs winning 5-2. Very optimistic. Curtis Joseph could lose his temper, Zachary, but I mean, not like the other guys, though. Hextall did not win a cup, as far as I know. Philadelphia didn't win a cup with Hextall in those days, so no. He was a good goalie. I'm not saying I don't like him, and I don't like saying he was a good goalie, but no, he was a good goalie. I just hated him. I mean, and then again, I didn't like Philadelphia like at all in those days, so that also contributed. So, but yeah, I just don't like Hextall. Rich J, I don't remember that. I don't know. It kind of rings a bell, but I don't remember it offhand. I think I got to get working on that old time hockey show. I think a lot of us would really enjoy talking about the old days. How do you qualify Gilles Gratuni the Looney Graton, former Blues and Rangers goalie? Gilles Graton. I remember. I just don't remember him being. I don't remember him being in that category. Like, honestly, if you think about goalies that were like crazy and would swing their sticks, it's really only Hextall and Billy Smith that have swung their sticks a number of times. I don't know that any other goalie did it to the point where you think of him that way. Does that make any sense? Because I can't think of anybody else offhand. There's so many goalies back in the day. I obviously might not remember them all, but yeah, those two are the only ones that really stand out in my mind of guys that were that aggressive. All righty. Well, we're getting closer. I'm really surprised, though, here in the room with the guesses for the guess to score. Like, I'm really surprised at how many of you guys are still. I mean, I don't think I'm disloyal by thinking that they can't win and picking the Ducks here, but how many are still optimistic that they'll win, that they'll turn it around this game, And listen, they could win this game, but I don't know that means they turn it around, right? So we'll see. I don't feel good about the game though. The Ducks, they just seem like going to be one of those teams that just they might not be a good team, but they're going to be able to take advantage of Montreal. Yeah, Zachary, as a non-Habs fan per se, I don't blame you. I don't want to watch Carolina, and we decided we're going to be boycotting Winnipeg. So when Habs play Winnipeg, I'm not doing those games, and we think we're going to do Chicago as well until Taves and Kane aren't on that team anymore. Yeah, it's going to be our way of protesting what happened over there. It's not a lot of games, so hope nobody will really mind, but those are going to be nights off for this channel. Billy Smith two-handed Gretzky because he went near his. I'm telling you, he didn't go near Billy Smith's crease, but he didn't go and chase. He rarely went after guys like to chase them. But boy, you didn't get in his crease, especially if they were losing, or he was struggling to see the puck. Nope, he didn't care who it was. He just whack you out of the way. But whereas, like, how many times did Hextall literally go into the corner after somebody? That's been my recollection anyway. But hey, I'm a Habs bum. You guys, can you spare some change, please, sir? Please, sir. No. Have a good day, sir. Have a good day. Best to your family. Anaheim 9-1. Zegras opens the scoring. Well, now. Yeah, I don't want to go as far as saying 9-1, but geez, yeah. I mean, I don't blame you for thinking it. Oh boy, this is where I need a. Hey, how did it pop up again so quick? Don't you just hate people like that? Stupid. Yeah. Anyway, another 5-10 minutes, and then we'll get out of here. Get ready for the game. Hopefully, somebody will, people will show up for the game. I can't imagine it'll be great. But hey, what are you gonna do? Hey, Matt Outdoor. Habs 4-3 with Caulfield. I just hope Caulfield gets a goal. Any goal this game would be nice. Get him off the schneid and get some confidence back. But a couple other people that I was reading, writers, I guess, were noticing the same thing I was saying last night. Is the thing with Caulfield, I think he's been playing well, but I've noticed that his shooting, the shots themselves, the quality of them are not up to par for him. He seems unconfident with the actual shot. So I don't know what's up with that. There's no velocity on it. It's not well placed. I don't know what's going on there. Imagine that's his confidence. He's taking a beating right now. And that's never good. Yeah, Darcy, it was something like that, but he really went after Chelios. So yeah, and then there's another thing. Hextall would go after you because you went after one of theirs. Like he was like one of the enforcers. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. I didn't never liked Hextall. Dave Poulin, who I'm neither way when he was a player. I really like him as a broadcaster. I like Dave Poulin a lot as a broadcaster. One of the only guys over there on TSN that's honest about things and not all Toronto centric. If Toronto does something good, he says, but he's not always on Toronto. Yeah, I like Dave Poulin. Yeah, there's something. His play, like to get to the net or to get to the point to take the shot, been fine for me, except in one game maybe, but the rest been fine. It's lately those shots have been less than quality. The shot itself. Dave Poulin was not a defenseman though, so that has to be a different Poulin. Because Dave Poulin was a forward, and let's see, I know he was in Philly, he was in Boston a lot. Dave Poulin was not a defenseman. My opinion, it's first time hearing of it, Rich J. Elvis Merzlikins telling his teammates to let up with 20 seconds left, allowing Rangers goalie Shesterkin, I imagine, to get the shutout. I don't make much of it with 20 seconds left, to be honest with you, but it's not really, he's probably friends with the guy, but when you're on the ice, that's no, you have to draw a line at that. So it's probably not really the thing to do. It doesn't really bother me that much. It's a little too woke, though, for me. I would like a little bit more competitive spirit out there than that. But it doesn't bother me per se. Ray Emery was a bit of a hothead, troubled guy, problems. You know what? He could have been a pretty, maybe even a great goalie if he didn't have some of the troubles he had in his life, I think. But he had potential, but he had so many problems off the ice that it really, I think, affected him on the ice. But I know when he came up with Ottawa, I mean, this guy had a lot of potential. No, Rich J, it's the way it is. You play to the buzzer. Even though sometimes I've been saying this year, like, why are they even trying with 5-10 seconds left? But it's true. You play to the buzzer. That's just the way you have to have that mindset, because if you don't, it'll creep up into your game at important times where you may not give that second effort when you need it. That's the whole point of that, I think. Just that, yeah, Podman. Now that's different, and that's Denny Podman is totally different guy. Totally different guy. I know Poulin played with a bunch of different teams. That I know, but I don't believe he was playing in the Podman era anyway. So I don't think so anyway. And I don't know that he played with the Islanders or not. I think he might have, but he did play. He moved around a little bit, Poulin. I don't know that you call him a journeyman per se, but he moved around a little bit. Well, we're getting closer to the game. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it or not. Here's to the best. And here's to all you guys. And no, it's not booze. It's Halloween, guys. Wow, 26 people. Thumbs up if you're having a good time. You had a good time. Happy Halloween to everybody. I appreciate that. And yeah, we're gonna be another few minutes, and then I'm gonna take off and get ready for the game. I don't know what there is to get ready. Get ready for the loss. Yay! What an attitude to go into with it, eh? Right? Go out. Attitude is we're gonna lose against. Imagine thinking that we're playing the Ducks, and I mean I can't see. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I can see that they could win here. I get, of course. But, I mean, I don't see it, though. I just don't see a win. Not after that loss. And, of course, that's when they'll win. So, it could go either way. Yeah, I know. It's just like, I know who, believe me, I know who Podman is. Squeegee. Yeah, no, I got to go get my squeegee and start, got to earn a little bit of money. You got any change, sir? Sir, you got any change, sir? Oh, thank you, sir. Have a good day. I guess that's a way to earn money, right? Just go out and start squeegeeing cars at the stop sign. Would be hard, though, because most people here in Quebec anyway don't stop fully at stop signs. That could be really difficult trying to squeegee moving cars. Could have used Dano. We could all really be like that, right? About shouldn't let Dano go. I don't think Dano was signing here no matter what. So I don't know that it's like I just don't think he was going to sign here. He wanted out, and that's it. He was leaving. So, but could we have used him? Absolutely. In French, you want me to speak French here, but that's an English channel. I have the sovereign right to speak English here on YouTube. So the language police in my sovereign state is English. The future looks bright with Shane Wright, but you figure out a way to get him for sure, and I'll buy into that. If you can figure out a scheme that we can get him absolutely for sure, no problem. Yeah, I'd buy into that. Otherwise, yeah, it's whatever. Old school, yeah, I'm not going to say that because I'm not sure who you're talking about there. Harry Rice, yeah. You know what, Harry? I read yesterday, it was on Twitter, but someone retweeted an Instagram post from his wife talking about she's pregnant with their second child, how they were holding off having a second child because they wanted to know where his next contract was going to be and to make sure it wasn't in Montreal before they had their second child. Sounds to me like they weren't signing here. Ghislaine, you can speak any damn language you want on YouTube. I'm not beholden to the language police here in Quebec. And even if I was, do you think I would listen to that? Yeah, not very. No. Harry, but still, there's no way to guarantee that, right? You're 100% right. Next year, if they had the first pick overall, wow, being in Montreal, it's fantastic. You couldn't market it any better. But like I said, how do you guarantee that? You don't. You can't. You cannot guarantee it. No way, no how. Renegade Man, well, again, it's wishful thinking for any team to tank and expect to get that first overall pick 100%. You may get it. Sure, you may, but you may not as well. And it's probably just as likely, right? So, yeah, the next two drafts are going to be good with, right? And then Connor Bedard more than likely being the one the following year. So, again, Brad, unless you can figure out a way to guarantee it, I don't see how you do. If the Office de Quebec, well, how is it? Office Quebec Langue Française, something like that, is not happy, they can go the Chinese Communist Party way and ban YouTube. Yeah, well, they can't do that though. Habs need to trade Price because that's the problem. Price has been the problem. Tank for Hank. Listen, they're not that far off. They don't really need to. They don't need a full rebuild. They need some change, obviously, but they don't need to tank, and they don't need a full rebuild. They need another reset. Really, is what it is. I was watching the Scotian Canadian. He's right about that. As much as we don't want to hear it, he's right. Harry, yeah, apparently it's supposed to be a game time decision, but it's close enough to game time that they might have decided already, and Galley's not in, which means we're looking at a four defenseman up front. Yeah, okay. Well, I didn't say anything. Anyway, I don't get what you mean there. All right, so I got 10 minutes to go before the game. I'm going to take off here. I'll be back in 10 minutes on the for the game, so that's out there. Check it out. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there. If you can, before you go, guys, can you spare some change, please, sirs? Please. Happy Halloween. Thank you so much. All right, so I'll see you on the next one in about 10 minutes. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks, Rich J, for the dono. Really appreciate that. And you're in the draw for the giveaway for the hat like this one. And so we'll see you in a few minutes. 12 minutes to be exact, I think. Yeah. Peace out, everybody. See you soon. Bye.